Alright, we are up and running. Good strong stream. Says excellent connection. I don't see that very often. So we should be ready to party tonight. Hope everybody is having a good one, by the way. And I'll give everybody the typical few minutes to get logged in here if they so desire. And then guys, I'm going to dive right in. And sometimes when I get really focused in, you know, one eye kind of thing, I can get a little bit of tunnel vision, so I'll try to be cognizant of, you know, comments and trying to stay up with those in a timely manner. Okay, make sure all the technical stuff is rocking and rolling. And while folks are, you know, taking a moment here to get their stuff set up, I do believe I can do some milk run type of stuff in the meantime. Okay, in case you're wondering where I'm at right now, I am not at the base we're going to be building our control tower by any means. Yeah, we'll get going here in just about 1, maybe 2 more minutes tops. I like to start about the 5-minute mark, so it's about 2 minutes here. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so this is actually going to be my very first build tutorial for No Man's Sky. I've done, you know, tours and stuff before, but guys, the building, it can be a beast. Like, I've learned some tricks, you know, that help me. But there's always that one piece, and you know it's supposed to go there. And it's just not lighting up for you. So, yeah, we're gonna hopefully get through this. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Hey, that's all good. Appreciate you stopping by to say hi. Yeah, so they've added a lot to the game. I think it was Mike B. I'm bad with names, but alerted me to the fact they had done a lot in the game here in the past couple of years. So when I saw it on sale for $20, I was like, cha-ching! Alright. Let's see, what do we got? About a minute? Ooh, it's 4:20. I got about 40 seconds. And I think that's close enough. Okay, so yeah, I'm on my freighter. And honestly, this is just milk run kind of stuff. And I warped away from the base because it wasn't loading in right. It seems to be a common problem lately. Like the holographic stuff and the decoration stuff, a lot of times it just does not want to load in right. The only way I've found to fix that so far is to leave render distance, you know, whether you warp away or just, you know, get in your ship and fly away, and then come back into it. Okay, so I set this base up. Initially, I was just going to put 4 walls and a roof. Nanite farming. In case you don't know, you can break those runaway mold things, which they call them runaway mold because you shoot them and they run away. Super frustrating, super annoying. So you build 4 walls around them, you can keep them contained. And then you put a roof on so the drones leave you alone. It's a beautiful day. But I couldn't stop there. Me and my shiny rock syndrome, you know, started building this base. And then the base led to the control tower. And here we all are. Alright guys, so that being said, I'll just give you a real quick tour here. Now that site over there is actually just outside of build range. Like if you stand right where those digging machines are, your build menu won't light up. So I had to walk in, I don't know, about 10 meters or something, and then I had my build menu. But because I could see that, it let me place the builds as long as I was standing within, you know, build distance of my base marker. So what I should have done if I was planning ahead, I would have known that site was lighting up, and I would have put my original base marker right down in the middle somewhere when I claimed the base. Then, you know, all this would not have been a problem. So anyway, long story short, there's cobalt over there, and I, you know, set up a bunch of silos, and I wired it all so that anybody visiting the base, because this is fully uploaded, anybody visiting, they can get their hands on some nanites. I put a bunch of little hidden goodies around too, but you need the V1 Ultra Pass or whatever that's called. And yeah, just a bunch of little hidden goodies and just random stuff. And then of course a control tower. And if anybody needs a stack of cobalt, that will be waiting for them as well. Okay, so getting back to the tour. So I built this little garbanzo gazebo. They're known as garbanzos in my family. And yeah, just, you know, I just thought this base was super singing it. Guys, at night, like, you ain't seen nothing yet. At day, it's like, eh, it's kind of cool, it's whatever. At night, this whole planet lights up, and it is gorgeous. So yes, this will definitely feast your eyes for some viewing pleasure here in about, let's see, it's 9:08 a.m. That sucks. So yeah, here in about 12 minutes or so, we'll be looking at nighttime. Okay, so again, you know, just to really take in the sights, I liked building the walking path and the garbanzo out there. And then, guys, this leads right into the control tower, but I'm not quite there yet. I want to finish giving you the rest of the tour. Again, you can kill all those. And I built a whole bunch of grinders up top. I'll show you those in a minute. And for anybody who is really exploring, they will find I like to bury my vaults. And this is just a build idea, but when you place floor, it automatically hollows out, you know, a space for you, a walkable space. So the more floors you build, the more that space opens up automatically. So I just put a few floor pieces down. Vaults went down, bada bing, bada bang, wired them, and we are in business. Again, getting back to, you know, the goodies. I love my loot in video games. Like, if you can't do a bunch of just random looting, I kind of lose interest in it. Alright, and getting back to, you know, just freebies. These will all sell for about 1.5 mil. It's not a ton of plants, but it'll give you about 1.5 mil, which, you know, that won't buy you a frigate. But, you know, if you're in need of some wiring looms or something like that, that'll give you a little bit of dough. And then, let's see here. Here's the main floor. Here's my grinders. So, yeah, you would put that runaway mold, you know, put about a stack in each one, grind away. That will turn into nanite cluster. Once you put your nanite clusters into your inventory, they automatically convert to nanites. It's a beautiful thing. So I've got several of these farms, by the way. I just keep warping around, I keep farming, I keep collecting, I grind it all down, and I have my nanites. I made tens of thousands of nanites doing this process in about an hour the other night. Now, it's all I was doing. Warping, you know, shooting, warping, shooting, warping, shooting. When I filled up, stack, 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 grind, it was just... But hey, I had tens of thousands of nanites, probably about 60 to 70,000 nanites doing that. So, yeah. My son couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, I got as many as out of that entire expedition in, you know, about an hour, maybe a little more. Hour and a half, maybe. Still, pretty good payday when you're in need of some nanites there. Alright, guys, let's get into the rest of the tour, and then I'll get the build started. So, I'm a real nut for, like, details. Details, you know, devils in the details. So for my Zelda fans that are watching right now, you'll probably feast your eyes on this. I just built, you know, a little chandelier and started taking shape, and I was like, it looks like a Triforce, so we're gonna hook that up. I'll show you kind of what that looks like from a side angle. It actually looks like a legit chandelier should look like. Okay, so I'll try to get up here in the air a little bit, give you guys more of a bird's eye view. So again, guys, just, you know, decor. I like my eye candy in video games. And these glowy thingies fit right in, so I went for it. Got another projector of a planet up there, got another... I call it a butterfly, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of alien irradiated insect that I fly around on. I love the thing. And speaking of aerial views, I will summon my new favorite companion, Tamanizi Naziri, or whatever his name is. Her name is. I don't know what it is. So yeah, let's go ahead and gently pat. We always got to start off on good terms when I'm writing a creature. And I will back out of view here so you guys can really see what I'm doing. But yeah, so there's my projector with the planet on top. And guys, the solar panels are way overkill. I always build more than I need. I'm only running 2 diggers, like... That only needs 5 solar panels max. And I've got a ton of solar panels underground, on the roof, and it's just more for cosmetics than anything. Alright, you might be wondering why these walls are sticking up. Guys, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in No Man's Sky. They do not give us the ability, whether or not we want it to automatically change the build. And I really hate it with the glass pieces, because it obscures like 50% of the view. And in a game that's so beautiful with such beautiful views, to me that's kind of a party foul. So No Man's Sky, if you're watching, I love you guys. Can you please give us an option? Make it in settings, I don't care. Make it a button you can cycle through. But I want to have the power to either let the parts automatically change like that when I'm building, or give me the power to turn that feature off so I put the build down the way I want it to look, and it stays that way. So yeah, I've got the stupid wall sticking up right now so I can actually see out of the building when I'm standing in it, in case you were wondering. So anyway, maybe No Man's Sky will hear us, and they will make us all very happy. Okay guys, I'm almost done with tour mode here, and then I'm going to get my face off the screen, and then we're going to get right into the build. But the first thing I want to do is take you up into the control tower, because it is super cool. I'm very excited to show you guys how to build one of your own. And the best thing is, it's not massive. It takes up a very small piece of real estate on the ground. So literally, you can install this in any base you've already got built. You do not have to rebuild a base for this thing, which I think is the coolest thing about it. Okay, let me just dismiss my animal here, because if I don't, I'll forget I even had it out, and then I'll forget to feed it. And I don't want to ruin what is already a good day. Okay, dismiss Tamanizi Naziri, whatever. Grrrap. Okay, whatever that meant. I don't speak insect. Alright guys, here it is, the control tower. So I actually successfully was able to get 2 stairwells up and down. One outside, one inside. The outside one you've probably already seen. So let's start with that one. And I'll just kind of look up here and show you guys what we're doing. Now, it's not perfect. You know, this is No Man's Sky. The builds do not always go together perfect. But, you know, the overall, it's pretty on point for a control tower. So you can already see up here a bunch of goodies. You know, again, I like to have little hidden loot for people. But yeah, the best thing about this is you can see down underneath the build like you should be able to in a proper control tower. Super cool. But again, guys, it's No Man's Sky, it's not perfect. So my options were, you know, overlapping the pieces this way, which you could actually still see through it, even though it was a little bit darker. And yeah, it might show that, you know, throw the shape off just a little bit. But the other option was, you know, one of these corner pieces for the roof. And it obscured a lot of view, and I was not happy with that. So, you know, this was the least of all the evils as far as overall looks went and aesthetics, you know, and actually making it look like a real, no kidding, functional control tower. So yeah, it's just awesome being able to do this. Look down upon your base, upon the world. You can look up into the sky. It is a true air traffic control tower. Okay, and again, you know, if anybody took the time to walk around back, they'd see a whole bunch of those things. Alright, and I just kind of got a little snazzy up here with a little bit of random stuff to make it look like there was actually something up here thinking and controlling all the planes. And, you know, you can go absolutely bonkers with decorations. I'm kind of a little bit more structure focused than I am decoration focused. So you'll notice a lot of my builds aren't completely polished off, you know, on the decoration side of things. But I definitely do enjoy the structure side of things. Alright guys, I know that was a lot of talking. So I brought you up from the outdoors stairwell. I will now take you in through the indoors stairwell. And you can see that all lines up very, very nicely here. Now, the bad thing about this is, again, it's No Man's Sky and the builds don't always fit perfect. I was trying to squeeze something the size of a watermelon into something the size of an apricot. And it just wasn't working. It was driving me absolutely bonkers. So finally I just settled. I was like, well, there's still a stairwell in here. You can walk down it beautifully. So, you know, if I don't like these little hang-ups, you know, that I have to jump over when I'm going up, I'll just remember outdoors is up, indoors is down. So again, guys, it's not perfect, but it does provide you a way up, you know, on the inside of the structure, which I think is super cool. So I'll try to show like a up view on that if I can. Building this is a challenge, and I'm going to try to go slow by the numbers, step by step. And hopefully we can get this thing placed here pretty quickly. Okay guys, intro's over. I'm going to go ahead and say see you later and get my face out of the picture. And guys, it's build time. Okay, in case you're wondering, that nanite stuff, the runaway mold, that's actually on quite a lot of different worlds, but I more reliably find them on like temperate, tropical type. So, you know, keep that in mind if you're running around the solar systems looking for a planet like this. Anything that says like paradise or tropical or, you know, temperate, anything that sounds like it might be a nice place, you know, to habitate. Habitate? Is that a word? Anyway, my brain got stuck on that one. Chances are pretty good, you know, maybe 50-50, I don't know, maybe more, maybe less, but, you know, sometimes I find them, sometimes I don't. And sometimes you have to look around, like sometimes, like standing at this site, I see no other sites. And they usually show up with three little, in fact I might even be able to show you that. Yeah, three little stars, it's a yellow icon, curious deposit. Normally you'll just see one of those, you know, up in the horizon somewhere. It actually looks like that, only it's yellow and it has 3 stars. But again, you know, they can be really far apart from one another. So just because you land on a planet, you just take a quick look around, don't see anything, you know, they might be there. You might have to, you know, run around a while, you know, keep looking around. You might get on a creature, you know, make some distance better. But yeah, sooner or later you'll find it. Okay, but we need to talk about control towers. So what I like to do is have things symmetrical. And one big problem with the control tower I currently have installed is it's too close to the launch pads. I want my launch pads turned around with the noses facing the building. But the starship I really like flying has a big long nose. And when it lands in this spot, it doesn't take off right. Like the nose crashes into the bottom of the building and then the plane damages and stuff and gets stuck and it's frustrating. So I'm going to try to redesign the launch pads and this control tower so I can maybe squeeze that nose in between the building and the bubble on the top of the tower. We'll see how it goes. Okay, these can actually go. These are super quick and easy to build, so that's no big deal to lose. Actually, I might leave those. I might put the control tower just a little bit more away from the building so it's not like physically so over it. Maybe I'll put it on the other side of this walkway. I always shoot up into the air because I'm sick and tired of thinking I've got my miner equipped and then I've got the other thing equipped that, you know, moves the dirt around and then it and then it blows up all my, man, I didn't want to deal with drones today. I was not paying attention, apologies. So if you just run away from the things, they usually deactivate pretty quick, 10 seconds or something. Normally they're pretty peaceful here unless they catch me doing something naughty, which they just did. So that is kind of a nuisance on this particular world. I've come to just kind of work around them, you know, like I said, I'm normally not farming and stuff. But I wanted to get the carbon I could have out of that plant. Alright, so yeah, we're going to put our control tower right freaking here. So what I like to do is line my builds up with whatever walkway or doorway I want to be able to access the build. So on the other side, I've got that butted right up to a walkway on the lower level. And I want to replicate that with the other side. Now notice I've got a skinnier walkway here. So the great thing about No Man's Sky is you can combine the pieces and you can overlap the pieces. So like notice right here, and I know it's dark guys, apologies. I've got two, you know, of those square pieces. Well, I wanted the walkway to center, so in order to do that, you place, you know, 3 of these triangles, and that kind of funnels it down into one, and now I'm centered with my walkway. See, I'm going to replicate that on the other side here. Alright, Kathy, I got you. Hey, thanks for hanging out. That was awesome having you. Have a good night. Yeah, thank you so much. It was actually a beautiful planet, so it all worked out. And there it is at night, guys. Like I told you, it's just... It makes you take a step back. I love glowy stuff, shiny rocks everywhere. So, of course, you know, of course I was building a base here. Anyway, back to control towers. So yes, I am going to go ahead and get the structure going. Now guys, I normally don't like building in the camera view. It disorients me, it's clumsy for me, I don't like it, but sometimes, you know, you have to find different elevations and stuff with the character, and it just makes it frustrating. So you're going to see me actually bouncing back and forth between camera mode and this mode. Another tip or trick is notice when you're looking at your character, it's like movement keeps happening after you move, and sometimes it twists and turns. When you're trying to build, and there's that one magic pixel you need, you know, to get your build placed, that really throws things off. So I like to go into first person, for the most part anyway, when I'm building. Okay, getting back to here, and like I said, I'm kind of particular about how things line up, so I like to match all my grain. And now I'm centered. Now I can get my floor pieces going. Okay, and remember, there's an outer and an inner wall column structure. And that's where that stairwell goes, is in between the two. So depending on where I want this to be, is going to dictate where this first wall piece is going to drop. And honestly, I want this to be butted up kind of close to this walkway, so I think this is good. So now my outer wall will be here, my inner wall will be here. And I pre-farmed plenty of carbon, I pre-farmed plenty of... whatever that other stuff is called, silicate powder. So yeah, we should be golden. Okay, now the inner, now this is not going to be seen, this is strictly so I can get wall pieces placed. So honestly, I don't care about green right now, this is just going to be like the scaffolding that I need for this stage. You can usually do 2 at a time, you know, the outer side, the inner side, but sometimes all these little buttons overlap and it makes it real hard to find the one you actually want. Like in that case. So yeah, again, you just have to kind of play around with it a little bit. If it's not working out, move the character around. If that's not working, try different elevations. You know, you might have to actually build a little structure to stand on while you're building. Sometimes I'll fly my starship over there and stand on that. Okay, so now that I've got the inner core going, I'm going to build all the way up as tall as I want this to go, right to the bottom of where the bubble's gonna be. And guys, I built my other control tower a little tall, I think. So if I want launch pads to actually clear this thing, I might have to come down 1 floor. Which means I need to go count how many floors are actually over there. So keep in mind too, like if you want your aircraft to clear those on launch, that's actually 1 floor too tall. That I know of. You know, it might be 2 floors too tall, I don't know. So it would really suck to build that entire bubble up there and then find out you need to drop it a floor. So maybe only build like 1 wall so you know where, you know, it's gonna end at the top, and then try flying your plane. You know, get a good test flight going before you call it good and you build the whole thing. Because once I figured that out, it was already built. I was like, yeah, never mind. I'm not rebuilding that. And here I am, rebuilding it. Alright, I see the irony. Okay, so from this level, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the bubble. So 7 visible, so I want to go 6 on this side. But I don't know, that feels like it might be kind of short. See, up next to the building, it looks a little too tall, but I have a feeling, you know, like a ways away from the building, it's going to look too short. So you know what? I'm going to choose aesthetics over function, and I'm just going to press, and I'm going to build this 7 floors tall. And match the other one's height, because I actually like that height. Okay, so 1, 2... It's kind of hard to count that with the surface change. See, again, complaints. I hate that they make those stupid walls change. Okay, I'm 6 high right now. Okay, and guys, we're going to do that all the way around the column. These should place pretty quick as long as you're kind of standing in front of it. You know, as best as you can. Again, if it's not working out for you, just try moving left, right, forward, back a little maybe. Sometimes if you're too close, it really throws things off. So there's kind of like a sweet spot in there somewhere. You just kind of saw I had to move around a little bit to find it that time. Okay. So the inner core is actually almost built already. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I really hate sometimes that try not to be negative here. I'm going to run into these issues, and I'm going to show you how I work around them, you know, to just be able to actually get the places or the pieces placed. All right, guys, I am good with the height now. So now it's time for the outer column. Okay, real easy to get that started. We need a couple of triangle pieces, and I'm going to be deleting these, so actually I might try something different this time. Okay, and again, this is one thing I really love about this game. It lets you overlap pieces. There it is, baby. Love that. Okay, and I'm going to actually go all the way around. See, now I left this open on my last control tower so you could actually see the dirt and stuff under there, but this is going to seal that off real nicely. I'm a little too close now. See what I mean about that really hurting your build chance there? Wait a minute. Whoop, I needed to go one more over there. Okay, and again, keeping the grain, because people are going to see this. Namely me. And I will not be happy with myself if I let that fly. Okay, so yeah, these triangle places do take a little time to place, unfortunately, but it'll really speed up the wall building here in a moment. Nope, that's not where I want you. I want you next to my triangle. There you are. That's a good boy. Alright. I went out and had a coffee today because the weather was absolutely gorgeous. Freaking into November, and I'm out there in 70-degree weather in shorts and a t-shirt. It was awesome. Anyway, there were 2 dogs there, super friendly, super full of love. And that's where that just came from. That's a good boy. Alright, back to building. So now just for aesthetics, I like it to look concrete, so of course I went and I unlocked all my stone builds here. But we're going to go ahead and get all of these started. And you might have to hit that right bumper and flip these things around a few times. And if it's not working, if it's not flipping around the way you need it to, again, try moving left or right, try it again. Hopefully I can get it to cause that problem for me so I can show you what I'm talking about. But it doesn't always flip every way it can go. Okay, that one took a few tries, but I got it. Bam. Okay, and then for the front, I like to use this archway for an opening. Come on, Poppy. Okay, you can already smell what I'm cooking here. These walls are going to go down and actually into the ground this time. Just so it's nice, you know, it looks like it's built into the ground under foundation. Not only that, it seals it off from the outside, so it doesn't look like it's floating. Okay, so yeah, these... I just kind of have to use that holographic image if it's, you know, really underground. Wow. That one really doesn't want to go. There it goes. Okay, there you saw it. I moved a little left and magically it worked. Yeah, so No Man's Sky, if you're watching, it would be really nice if I could like hold a button and that would lock on. It would show that button would show all build points, you know, whether it was highlighting for me or not, you know, where I was standing, because sometimes it just doesn't want to highlight. Unless, you know, you're up at an angle and 45 and 58 degrees minus 82nd to the 50th or something. It's ridiculous. There's like one magic pixel you have to be standing in, and then there's one magic pixel you have to be looking at. And I know y'all play this game, so I know y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, just, you know, suggestion, maybe there's a button I can hold down, and it can grab a hold of that one snap point I want and kind of force the piece in there. That would be just an awesome way to be able to control this a little bit more. So anyway, again, I love you guys. It just does get frustrating is all. Alright. Anyway, once again, here we are with frustrations. There we go. Okay, we got the bottom nice and sealed. Okay, now going up should be a lot easier because there's no more triangle pieces, you know, bothering our builds. So now it should be just as quick and smooth. So everything I just said in the last, you know, 10 or so seconds, absolutely ignore that. There are still triangle pieces involved because of the inner core. I kind of forgot about that. Okay. I do remember this going faster. I guess you just have to set that first one. It keeps wanting to grab a snap point behind. That's another reason third person is so tricky, because the character keeps moving around kind of on his own. He has to take that one last step, and then the piece you had highlighted is gone forever. Alright, you can kind of already see, guys, it's coming into form. This is actually going up a little bit quicker than I anticipated. I feel like I spent way more time on the tour than the actual build here. Oh, and side note, I absolutely hate farming silicate powder, so you're welcome. I just buckled down and I went out for an hour with my flattener and I got it done. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot to mention, you're going to see me run out of oxygen more than once. You're going to see fall damage more than once. I just wouldn't be me unless I, you know, blew myself up with bombs or something along those lines, so... Alright, booyah. One more row of stacks and we are moving forward. Okay, why is this one not lining up now? Maybe I need to be more centered. Yeah, another thing about that feature I mentioned, you know, being able to squeeze a button and hold that button and only be holding on to one snap point, is it would prevent all this, you know, trying to grab onto other snap points. Nothing's more frustrated than when you're trying to put a build right in front of your face and the game wants to put a build like, you know, 10 miles underground or something. I'm rubbing my earlobes because it's therapeutic. Alright guys, we got the structure column completed. So now from here, I like to go straight up to the top and start working on the inner triangle pieces column. I think. Can't remember what I did next. I think I went straight for the glass pieces. Okay, now if you're wondering how to make glass, once again, I hate silicate farming, but you can use silicate powder. In fact, I'll show you my little shoulder mount here. I'll just dump a little bit of silicate powder in there so you can see what happens. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, so you see that makes glass. It costs 50 for each one, so you know you might be out there, if you have a big glass structure, you're going to be out there a while, you know, chopping dirt. But, yeah, so anyway, that's one way to make glass. That's kind of like the early game way to make glass. The way I like to make glass is using that frost whatever plant. I'll show you that real quick. Of course, you have to unlock that at your good old-fashioned friendly neighborhood anomaly. But that costs dioxite and frostwort to plant. So, you know, you'd have to find an ice planet, farm both of those materials, which they're plentiful. And you'll be able to, you know, just plant a whole bunch of those in the planters. And again, you have to unlock those at the anomaly. And yeah, you'll just have plants for days, and every hour those regrow and you can get more. So what I normally do is set up the farm big enough to where they grow. I farm, make glass, go build. By the time that runs out, the plants have regrown. Alright, so that's my glass spiel. Now for this build, I like to use stone, guys, because the wooden builds on the timber, it doesn't quite look right for a control tower. The stone builds, it looks more proper. It looks more like glass and frame only. You know, no extra funny stuff there going on. Now, unfortunately, getting this build to flip upside down, I don't think you can do it from down here. Not only that, I don't want to put them alongside those builds anyway. I want to put those alongside the wooden pieces, which I haven't actually installed yet. So I might actually have to break the top layer if it doesn't want to go that way. I kind of forgot about that. Alright, so anyway, what I'm going to do is break out the wooden builds now, just because I like that more aesthetically. And I'm going to start placing these. And again, these are just dummy builds for right now. This will give me a little bit of a platform to stand on when I'm up there. That might not even be big enough. Okay, that time I heard the warning I need to recharge my battery. I don't know if I'm... Oh yeah, we're in a hot storm, so I can use, like, infinite freaking backpack here. Alright, so let's go ahead and start placing the interior triangle builds. Now I'm going to go all the way around. See, look at that. This is another complaint. That's highlight. That's highlight. But wow, I go to move my cursor down and it disappears. Like, here, have this. Just kidding. Like, seriously, what is that? Anyway, I'm ripping my earlobes again. So frustrations, guys. I'm going to do my best here. Okay, so I think in this case we're going to have to build up a little bit and get some altitude so we can look more down on the build. In order to do that, you just can place a couple of dummy stair builds here. For example, you know, I'll put one kind of going any old direction. It doesn't really matter. That'll work. Let's get a floor build on top of that. Now I'm kind of looking down on the build from a distance. Now I should have some spots lighten up. Wow, still no joy. Okay. Now before I do that, I want to try another layer here. Okay, so getting back to fall damage, this is how it happens, guys. I built all this clumsy scaffolding because I'm in a hurry. There's not enough room to run around on it. And then the fall damage kicks in. Wow, it's still not lighting up. Okay, this is ridiculous. Up, 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 up. See? Magic pixel! Magic pixel! Where was it? Okay, this might be a case where I have to break out the camera view again, which I hate. So if I'm just having this much trouble, you know, because I'm in a stream here, normally I would just sit here and fight with it and find the stupid pixel. Like, there it is for one of them. Okay. Yeah, again, I'm really having to fight against the game here, so I'm going to go ahead and... just loosen it up. I don't know, maybe I got it here. Yeah, never mind. It's just too time consuming. Okay, so if you're wondering how to do that, just look at your button prompts. I'm on the Xbox, so for me that's the left joystick. Press that down and it'll give you, you know, freedom of movement. Now what I really don't like about this is when I'm looking down, because I build a lot from God's view. I can't go forward and back. I can go side to side and that's great. But I cannot go forward and back because it wants to go up and down. I can't stand that. It throws me completely off. And that's the whole point to me of having this mode. So anyway, that's usually why I avoid it. You know, at least when I'm standing there, I can move forward and back when I'm looking down. So anyway, if you need to go forward, you have to look up. It takes forever. You have to move forward. Then you have to look down, see if that's where you need to be. If it's not, you know, you just got to keep playing games with it, and it's not for me. So anyway, but, you know, in this case, because the game is fighting me so hard on placing these builds, it will actually come in handy, and it will speed things up a little bit here, hopefully. So, you know, I like to start on the ground. If it's just not working out on the ground, at some point I will finally just go ahead and get up in the air here in camera mode. And especially when you're placing a lot of builds. Because you're already up here, you know, so that saves you time. I probably wouldn't go through the trouble for just one build in camera mode. Okay, here we go. Fighting with the game again. What? Yep, this it. Yeah. That. I get a little too excited when I see that flicker. I'll try to knock that off. Okay, got all my grain lined up. Good to go. Okay, I'm going to leave my scaffolding there just in case I need it. I don't think I will. But now that I've got the floor down, I can place my glass. And guys, again, it's not going to be perfect. But these builds will, as you can see, install upside down now. Now, you don't want to center these. You're going to have to overlap. So I'm going to go out here and out here. And I'm going to do that all the way around. And again, they're going to overlap. It's not perfect. But when they're all placed aesthetically from a distance, it makes more sense. Okay, so yeah, it turns out I probably needed the scaffolding here. Okay, go to the other side. Okay, I might have to delete those other builds out there. They might be thrown off. Oh, cool thing. Unlike Lego Fortnite, if you disassemble and detach the builds, they float. So you can actually literally build a floating sky base. And it is so awesome. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So if you guys want to see that build, yeah, we'll do it. A lot of fun. Okay, there we go. Whoops, that's actually out a little too far. Nuts. I gotta go back another row here. Okay, let's get that flipped. There we go. And I'm not pushing buttons to flip that, by the way. The game does that automatically. So, you know, depending on where you have your cursor, it might go sloped, you know, like a rooftop. Or, you know, if you have it out a ways up against a flat build like that, it'll go... it's still a roof piece, it's just the other way. So, like I'm standing on the outside of the roof now, in other words. So I'm not flipping it per se, it's just the way I'm standing relative to the way the build is placed. So like in other words, picture like a rooftop going off this direction, and like this being the end of the roof. Okay, so now guys, you can already see we've got our center column, our inner column, and we are golden. I'm going to place a couple of wooden wall builds on the inside now. Now I'm not going to go bonkers with this. This is just kind of a placeholder because I don't know where my stairs are going to end up yet. So for now it's just there to get some builds down. And again, I'm... fall damage. That time I caught myself. Oh, check that planet out. Alright, we are now ready for... Let's see if it'll even let me get going here. Oh yeah, okay. We might be okay. We may not be okay. Really? Okay, so I want to kind of make mental, you know, notes where I'm at. I'm on the center column right now. And golly, these things are just not going to cooperate. I have to go back to sky mode. It didn't take me this long to get these pieces in before, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong right now. Only I was able to stand pretty close to them and it worked out. I didn't have to go into sky mode. Around the outside, around the outside. One more. Will it give it to me? Probably. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, so there is our inner column. So I'm going to build out, and I'm going to match this platform with the lower column. So I do need to continue that outer ring. And it looks like it's going to irritate me here. Okay, we're actually on a roll. Good to go. Of course, I could speed this up a little bit if I didn't care about the grain. But the grain is there, and I'm going to match it. It's getting hard to see which way the grain is going. There we go. Where you at? Come on, Poppy. 2 more! Don't do me like that. There we go. I feel like a referee watching a sports team or something right now. Wait, this doesn't look right. Is this right? Something ain't right. I didn't push that out enough yet. We need to go one more on that side, I think. Wait, no, that was right. Nuts. This one wasn't right. See, if I didn't care about the grain, I'd be done by now. Why did they have to put the grain? So close! Ah, there we go. That's... Okay, now we're cooking. I guess that was right. Ooh, that one snapped right in. Nice. Okay, where's the pixel? Wow. That one is real touchy. You know, these normally go in when you're standing on them, so maybe that's what I'm doing wrong here. Maybe I just needed to find that spot. Yeah, okay. This is why it went so much faster for me before. I was standing on the platform. Okay, got that sorted. So now we can go ahead and start installing some rail. And this is it, guys. This is our inner workspace, I guess you can call it. Really, this piece is gonna flip every other which way but the one it is supposed to go. Like, seriously, why would that piece want to stick out that way? There we go. Okay, so again with the glass. Now again, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be a little bit of a gap there, and that's okay. There's really no other way around that. And I think for this one I went back to the timber. No, that doesn't look right. Am I out of glass? I'm out of glass. I might have forgotten to get glass before. Maybe it was the timber. I need to go back and reference the other build. Yeah, okay, that's the timber. I see the light bar going across it now, which means I need more glass. Okay, and I've got my crafting stuff in the third vault, aka vault number 2. Am I the only one that really throws off, by the way? Like, I wish they had just started with vault 1 and gave us 9. I would have been okay with, you know, not having number 10 if the number thing was throwing the game off somehow. Okay, I don't think I'll need that much glass, but I didn't want to have to come back to the vault and waste y'all's time. So, might as well get it while I got it. Oh, that's my fleet, by the way, up there in the sky. All my frigates in all their glory. Alright guys, we are getting this thing almost formed. We're almost there. Okay, so now we just gotta basically line that up with the outer 2 that we've already got built. And again, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be a little bit of a gap, but believe it or not, the game still counts this as sealed and indoors. So, you know, if you're on a stormy planet, kind of like I am, you are golden. You are good to go. You will be safe inside this build. Okay, flip back over to the stone. And you guessed it. Exactly like we did underneath. Let them overlap. Oh, by the way, if you need ferrite dust and you're sick and tired of going out and shooting rocks, you can actually craft that. All you have to do is put rusted metal into your grinders, and it doubles it into ferrite dust. It's a beautiful thing. I've actually got a rusted metal farm mining that stuff because I go through so much ferrite dust in this game. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to show you guys build tutorials for all that too, but right now we're on control towers. Okay, so while we're standing inside, now I like to switch over, and guys, you can use any one you want. You know, you can use the timber, the flat one with the glass. The stone doesn't really have it, but the metal one does. So just depending on, you know, what you want it to look like. Now you have to pick an orientation. Excuse me. Because it's a 6-sided figure, so you have to kind of pick one. What I like to do is line this one up with wherever the rest of my builds are, because again, I like uniformity. So I like to orientate this way. So I'm going to pick this wall here to start. And I'm going to go ahead and place that glass build to that glass piece, just like that. And this one to this one. And then I'm going to follow suit on the other side. And don't let it mold to the roof piece you placed, because see, now it's going to stick out over there. That's no bueno. We want that to back its butt up just a little bit. And that'll be nice and uniform from the outside. So, you know, in other words, overlap these pieces, not those pieces. And there you have it, guys. We are completely encased. We are sealed. We are considered indoors right now. We've got visibility up. 360 around and underneath the build, which is super, super cool for proper air traffic controlling purposes. Loving it. So yeah, this is actually real good placement. I don't even have to jump the barricade here. I can actually see now all my launch pads. Beautiful views. I think I'm clear of aircraft taking off, so I can finally flip my my things back around. Alright guys, I've showed you how to build the shell. I'm actually going to delete one of these, just for now, so I can get in and out, you know, via, without having to come up through the bottom anymore. Go ahead and get rid of all the garbage that's out here now. It has no purpose. Make sure I actually got rid of everything. Yep, we are good. Okay, and there you have it. Again, the silhouette, you know, it makes sense. Even though those pieces aren't perfect, it still kind of goes as a good overall control tower. Alright guys, I am going to take a quick breather, just a couple of quick minutes here. I'm a bit parched. I need to drink some agua. Stretch the body out a little bit, and then guys, it's staircase time, and this can be tedious, again, you know, just like everything else can be. But I'll show you how to do the inner stairwell, then we'll move to the outer stairwell. Actually, I think I have to place... Can't remember which one I did first on the other side. Give me a second. I placed the outer first. So yeah, we'll start with the outer stairwell. Just in case that, you know, that matters. I want to make sure I can actually place these builds here. Wait a minute, did I make a boo-boo? No, we're good. Yeah, we're solid. Alright, I will be back in just a couple of minutes, folks. Just a reminder, if you're enjoying it so far, if you like the build, please take a moment, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It is absolutely and always appreciated. Oh, wow. That was really getting parched. Alright, I am back in the saddle again. Alright folks, let's get right back into this here. We are almost done. Once we get the stairs knocked out, it's just decorations from there. You know, railings, just the polishing stuff. And you know what, now that I'm looking at this, I kind of wished I had gone down further into the ground with the wooden pieces. Just because it'll get rid of that awful looking foundation stripe there. Oh, I must have missed. Nuts. Wow, it's wanting to go everywhere but under that piece. Oh wait, did I hit it? Yeah, I hit it. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, it's never too late. One good thing about this game is it does go through stuff. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. That's why I wish we had more control over what we wanted. Okay, I might have to step out and... And the nice thing, before you place it, it actually shows that change in the build. Right there, that's how I know I nailed it. Whoop, I missed it. Maybe I didn't squeeze the trigger there or something. Okay, and I can't see that other build, so I'm gonna have to... Oh, we're good. Sweet. Alright guys, so for the stairs, it's going to be helpful to go from the bottom up. Standing underneath and looking up is the way I was able to get these builds in, so I'm going to show you guys that method. Let's go ahead and get this first one going. The first one's going to be the hardest, because it's going to want to go literally everywhere else except where you want. And that's not right. It needs to go alongside, there it is, right there. Alongside the sidewall. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the stairs to become one with that wall piece, that wall build. Just like that. And then we can simply build some triangles over to it. Oh, actually, that worked out. Okay, and once we got railing on there, actually I'm not going to have railing on there. So yeah, if you really want to, you know, close that in, you can. I'm not super worried about it. I'm kind of happy with a little bit of a gap there. So yeah, stairs, guys, just the outside's going to be a lot easier than the inside. So again, just trying to match the stairwell to the appropriate side build, and I find coming in from the side here is what's helpful. And of course, once you get the right spot, you can just flip. But being kind of like parallel with the angle of the wall did seem to help me place these stair builds. And in case you're wondering, yes, we can absolutely put triangle pieces in to fill in the stairs. Yeah, these snapped right in before. There we go. You got to be under it. Oh wait, whoop. It looked right for line of sight. I was up one floor too many. So yeah, let's just go ahead and nestle in all of our stairs. And then we will get our triangle pieces going. Okay, now once you get up to the top there, don't put the stairs... What's happening? Storm damage. Yeah, it's whatever. Okay, so yeah, once you get up to the top there, don't go all the way to the top. So from here... I don't know if I'm allowed to bust that out yet, I'm gonna wait. But I'm going to put some triangle pieces in there, so that walkway kind of goes around to the end of that platform. Actually, with just one triangle piece, probably. And then I'll put a couple of square ones in here. Booyah. Okay, now I think I can bust out that wall. And you can put any kind of wall in up there that you want. You know, you can use the archway. I personally like the stone, this kind of like door with a window. I just felt like it was more, you know, control tower than the other options I had for doors and stuff, openings. Wow, I'm really not lighting up there. Okay, and the door needs to be on the right-hand side, the further side. So right about there. Okay, back to triangles. Uh-oh, I forgot when you sprint, it starts doing that silly flipping the piece thing. Okay, yeah, these are going right in now. This one might not want to because it's so close to me. Yeah, bummer. Whoopsie, totally missed. Bro. Bro! Alright, I need to find the magic pixel here, I guess. I don't think I had this problem with the other one, because this is where my landing pad platform came into it, so it was like I built off that instead, I think. Yeah, that really doesn't want to go in there. Let's try God mode here. And look down on it, maybe? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so God mode came to the rescue that time. Okay, there it is, guys. That's it. Outer stairwell D when done. Now, inner stairwell. This is going to be tough, because it's going to be very hard to line up. But I'm going to show you how I did it in my mind and try to talk that out verbally. And go from there. So this very first stair piece, guys, is going to be the most important. This is not good here. See, when that flips around, the stairs are coming all the way out to this point. That's no bueno. We need all of this. Actually, wait a minute. These might slide in better than the way I did it the last time. Might. I'm gonna try it since that gave me such a nice starting point. Okay, and I'm trying to place it to this wall now. Kind of like what we did on the outside, but on the inside. And the way I did this before was I lined it up from inside the build and I looked straight up. So yeah, you can see you're getting all sorts of options now. The problem is this one might be too close to me. I don't think that's right. I'm gonna go out and look. No, that's one too high. Okay, so for this one, guys, I would recommend... Whoops, I think I hit a wall there. For this one, you're probably going to have to take out a little bit of floor space so you can run around down here, and this might be why I left it open before. Just so you can get down a little bit lower. If this doesn't work, I might try to do it from the top down. Okay, this might be it. No, that's one too tall once again. Okay. If I can get that to drop, we're in business. Up, up, up! Man, I had it! That might be it. That was not it. Okay. I'm gonna skip that one and put the next one in. Yeah, see, I don't think that's gonna jive. Okay, let's try it on the next one. If I don't like it, I'm going to go back to the way I did it on the first build. Either way, it's not going to walk up fluidly. I already know that, and that's okay. Like, you'll still have to do the jump thing to get through. I think I hit the exact same wall piece as the one above it. Okay, so that's it, guys. I was going to tell you how I lined this up, so that's how I did it. You break out your build, and when you can see it above your head, it's too low. You got to go one above that. Just one. And that's how you know you have it placed right. Why is it going so high up there? There it goes. Bam. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, I like it the other way better. This, you really have to like jump to get up and over that hurdle. So yeah, we're gonna delete these, and I'm gonna do it the way I originally had it. And this might be why I did it the original way, because it was easier to navigate. Okay, so we need to go behind where it wants to place this one. This is no good. I need to go in a little. And it should find a spot here somewhere. Come on, baby. Wow. Wonder how I got that placed before. Sometimes the floor pieces throw it off. Like, it can go there, but it won't allow it. See? Case in point. Okay, so yeah, guys, you're going to have to put those floor pieces in later, unfortunately. So that's what we're looking for right there. And that's important because the first stairs, you know, start the whole thing off. So let's go ahead and get rid of that, and I'll replace that, you know, so it's in there. If it'll freaking let me. Come on, No Man's Sky. Hello Games, whoever's listening. Throw us a bone here. I know you can fix this. I know you can. I have so much faith. You know what? Ridiculous. Wow, not even God mode is saving it now. Okay, I wanted to do something there, but I think it was trying to put it back in the way I had it, and I don't want that. Another thought, it could be this tripping it up. Yep, there was the pixel somewhere. Oh, I see. I have two different... I want it to go to the other triangles, not those. So I don't know how to fix this now. The game really wants to attach it to the other one. Wow, I did not have these issues before. I had that straight piece in there, everything was fine. Uh-oh, uh-oh. There it is. Okay, for now, I'm just going to call it a win. I really wish I could see the green right now. I think that's it. Okay, wow, that took some mental fortitude. Okay, so this is what we want, guys. The bottom of the stairs need to be lined up with the corners of the builds, and that has to be that way all the way up and down. So, you know, again, it's not going to be perfect. You're still going to get to this point and have to kind of do a little jump, but it'll work out. So now I'll show you how to place these builds, hopefully quickly. But honestly, this is the hardest part. Like when I say this is the most complex build I've ever done, it is. But this is the most complex part of this most complex build I've ever done. So I don't know, this might be a floor too high, I think it is. Erg. Okay, so I'm going to skip that wall and go up one, and hopefully get it from the top down. Okay, we need to lower that to right about here, and push that out a little bit so it lights up, again, with the corner down here, lined up with that corner of the build next to it, right there. Okay, so now I'm lined up right. Okay, and we're just going to keep going, guys, all the way around the room here. Do the exact same thing, rinse, lather, and repeat. Find, you know, find it to where it's down on your head where it shouldn't be. So now I can see it fully, and then go up one. That's how you know you nailed it. I think that only went up one. Wait, is that going up two? Kind of feels like that's going up two. Yeah, it sure did. Okay, so this is it. This is the part that's going to drive you batty. I guess you really need to ask yourself here, do I really want or need an interior staircase? Oh, I just had it. Okay, there it is. A little too low. That should be just right. So I was looking more directly up that time, by the way. So there might be something to that. Okay, that's a little too low. That's just right. I had that right the first time. Okay, that would be a little too low. That should be just right. That's wanting to grab both there. I can't look up any more straight. I might have to start using the stairs now to line this up right. Actually, that might be it. Okay, so this is what this will look like on the inside. Now, it's dark, guys, I know, I apologize. My little flashlight isn't turning on. I don't know if there's a way to make that turn on. Ah, sweet deal. Okay, so again, that's what it should look like, just a little bit. Actually, that's still not right, but I don't think I fall through that, so it's okay. That's more what I'm looking for there, that kind of overlap. So I don't know why that one didn't line up right. Okay, this one didn't get placed right. That's why. Yeah, this is not what we wanted. Okay, so again, getting back to that question, you know, how bad do you really want this thing? I mean, it's cool, you know, don't get me wrong. I really liked having the interior stairwell to match. It was awesome. But wow, is it a pain in the wazoo. Okay, that worked out. Okay, solid. I just gotta get this one... Uh-oh, wait a minute. Did I skip a level? Oh, man, I skipped a level? Are you kidding me right now? I can't tell if that's one level or two levels. Before I delete them all, I need to make sure I know what I'm doing here. Okay, no, it is one level. Okay, whew, I was about to get mad! Alright, so yeah, I need to wedge that one in there, and again, guys, from the top down, I should be able to line that up now. And I might have to go, like, all the way to the top. And look, like, very straight down. Because, yeah, I need to be a little bit higher than where I'm standing now, so... Okay, and we actually don't want this staircase here, so I went up a little too high. And don't worry, this is going to be segregated here in just a moment. For right now, just know we've gotten as high as we need to go. Okay, come on, baby, where you at? There's my missing stairs. Dang, I'm way too high up here. I can't line up. If I do, I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going into God mode here, because with God mode you can look straight down, and that's what I need. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's go down a level. I think that's it. Sweet freaking deal. Okay, guys, that was it. That was the hardest part. The rest is pretty easy from here. Ah, I can breathe again. Relax a little bit. That was getting stressful. And yeah, we got our stairs all the way up. So from here, I am going to place a wall piece. I think wall piece first. And it should connect right next to it just fell off again. Come on, Butterfeet. Get up there. Oh, I'm running out of gas. That's what's going on. So there's the fall damage I mentioned a few times. In all honesty, I don't know if I placed this wall yet. It wants to go freaking everywhere but where I want it to go. Okay, so now you can see how it segregates. And then we need some big wall pieces. These are going to be tricky to build. Okay, there's one, I think. And it will stick out a little, and that's okay. Come on, dude. See, it lights up, but then when you go to the snap point, it disappears. There it goes. Okay, and it's going to stick out a little. Now, you can decide here which way it sticks out. And I know that mattered before, so I'm going to try to get it to not stick out that way, but stick out the other way. And I should be able to overlap the build to do that. That actually might be placement point. No. But it's like right next to that. Okay, it was not this difficult before. Up. Okay, go left. Wow, it's only giving me that one. Okay, I don't understand that. And I'm not sure why it's doing it now, and it wasn't doing that to me before. So what I might have to do here is try a half wall. That's still lining up the same. It's not giving me that option on the other side. I don't know what the problem is. Bear with me, guys. I'll get it. I always do. Part of the problem too here is I want to make sure it can be replicated, you know? If I can just do it on my end, that doesn't help anyone else out. Perhaps I didn't do it from down there. I might have done it from up here. Yeah, they need to give us control over the snapping thing. This just does not work for us. Okay, I can't for the life of me understand why it's going one way and not the other. Maybe it's because this wall is here. Wow, now I can't even get that back. Jeez Louise. Like, I just had it in there. That could be part of the problem. And here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to fall right through that hole. Not anymore. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing different in this tower than the last one. These went right in before, and I had an option to place it, you know, sticking out one way or the other. Maybe I was just standing in a magic spot and I didn't realize it. All I know is this is not working right now. Sometimes you can kind of force the piece. So what I'm going to try doing now is enclosing this. There it is. Okay, that's how I must have done it. I must not have realized... you know, sometimes I do things by accident and I didn't know there was a thing. So there it is, guys. There's the two options. It sticks out this way, or excuse me, I can slide in a little more and it sticks out the other way. We want it sticking out the other way. Reason being is we're going to need that clearance because it's going to be such a skinny little area for our guy if we don't have that. Okay, so go ahead and put your go ahead and put your staircase in. Now, sadly, it's not going to go down. It's only really going to go here. So I'll show you guys a way around that when we get to the, to the top here. Because right now the character will not want to walk up here. So my workaround for that was I just simply deleted this piece. And then I stuck a triangle kind of like at the front of the stairs. Oh, I just had it. So it's not perfect, but it lines up, you know, it looks aesthetically proper. Assuming I can get my green to cooperate. And the character will be able to walk up and down the stairs now without getting that hiccup. Oh wait, it's still hiccuping. Why is it still hiccuping? That's right, I have to delete the back wall now. And there it is, guys. So from here, I'm probably going to put this wall in last, because right now the triangle pieces need to go in to catch this staircase. And then we have one more staircase that needs to go in right next to that guy. Just like that. Perfect. And then we can now delete... Bump, bump, bump. 3 triangle pieces there. That's another way to get up into the control tower. Alright, now we're cooking. Now we're moving. Let's see if I can get these placed without too much heartache. Of course not. Okay, I thought I was going to try to cheat a little and use God mode, but as per the usual, that doesn't help much. Okay. Sometimes from the bottom looking up is the way to go here. I'm really hoping... Yep, there it was. Catch that stairwell. I think. Okay, there's more fall damage for your viewing pleasure. Okay, I don't know how far that can go. In fact, I don't think I can have that there anymore. I need to get back up there and see what I'm looking at. Okay, so the triangle pieces actually need to go to this one. Not this one. That one needs a flat piece. Or a square piece, I should say. And I just had a freaking... There it is. Nice. Fall damage didn't get me that time. Okay, so right next to that flat piece I just placed are the square piece. So now I need to get my triangle pieces to cooperate. And go up there next to that wall build. I think I just had it. Okay, and there should be an overlap up there. And that's what we want. So now let's get back up there and make sure we're lined up. Okay, so yeah, again, you're gonna have to kind of jump over that to get up and, you know, into this new stairwell we just created. But yeah, it's solid. We're rocking and we're rolling. Okay, so we got our floor done. We can put that wall piece back in now. I hope. Yes, perfect. And then last but not least, guys, this is it. Like, booyah. Of course, the last piece isn't going to go in willingly. We're going to have to fight it, and that's okay. So now on this side we got the window, and we got one stairwell. And then on this side of the wall, we've just got another stairwell. And your character might make it up here, he might not. You might have to jump over that one too, but I find if I hug the left wall, or the right wall, excuse me, he kind of finds his way up there. So yeah, we're golden. Now I like to leave this open, but what I will do is I will reseal this side. Remember I said earlier, I didn't know which way the stairs would be coming in just yet. So now that we do, we can finish it all up. And now this wall piece should more willingly, yeah, go into there. In fact, this time I want it to stick out the other way. Hopefully I can make it do that. And to do that, I'm going to have to put a dummy wall in here. Okay, there's one. There's two. Nice. Go ahead and close the back end off. And that can go out, you know, or that can come a little closer just for a nice sharp corner up there on that roof that's to be. And that's what the back looks like, but who cares? Alright, so we are done with that part. And I think we're done, guys. We got all our flooring in. We've got the upper platform in. We're enclosed. We're almost enclosed. I left one of those open so I could fly in and out if I needed to. Which is probably not great for storm protection. So yeah, you can decorate this however you want. You know, I showed you the other model. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to decorate mine just yet, but that's it. What did we do that in under 2 hours? Booyah! That was not half bad. I don't know if you guys want to stick around and watch me decorate or not, but I mean, we're done. Tutorial is pretty much over. I don't know if you want, you know, to see all that fun stuff I put in there, the fancy stuff, what parts those were. I'm happy to do that. Railing, you know, to just really polish off the build, you can put some railing in here. And I liked railing around the inside here because I just thought it really sealed everything together nicely, but you don't have to, you know, you can just leave it open like this. Just put the one there. But just to kind of show you what that would look like. Just because it is in my other tower, I'll show you how I did that real quick. Again, it just kind of gives it a little extra aesthetic there. One thing I really like about No Man's Sky, you don't have to play the same game every time you log in. If you're feeling like, you know, being naughty and getting into some combat, you can do that. If you just want to avoid combat completely and altogether and just, you know, have some relaxing game time building, you can do that. And yeah, sometimes depending on my mood, you know, I'll just go in there and I'll go to town. I'll build a base. I'll do something new to a base I already have. You know, just play with the pieces, build, have fun. Come on, give me my snap point. There we go. Okay, so there's your opening now for headspace. And yeah. Nice and neat. Oh, we need a stairway to get up here too. Almost forgot about that. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. We want to push that back just a little bit. How did I do that before? Yeah, see, I'm not sealed because I got that roof piece. I need to fix that. This is not going to be okay. Oh, and I think if you're standing right next to these corners, if there's a storm going, that might get you too. You can't actually walk out there, but the storm will still touch you. So that might have been what was clipping me there. Alright, come on, baby. This is the final staircase. I gotta get this right. Come on now. Papa needs snake eyes. Okay, that wasn't snake eyes. You never know what throws these things off. Oh, there it was. No, still sticking out too far. Or maybe that's the way I have it in the other tower. I honestly don't know now. Actually, yeah, it does kind of stick out in front of that corner. Okay, yeah, maybe that is the way I have it. Okay, good enough. I mean, you can still maneuver, you know, it's still free walking. You don't have to jump around in here. And you can still hit that staircase. See, I'm going to call this DUN done. Well, not done. I've got to clear some floor space now for our heads to be able to get through. Okay, so maybe a little bit painful at times, but worth it. Like, this is so much fun. I absolutely love the design. I thought this tower was you know, noteworthy enough to share, and I definitely hope you guys are all enjoying it. Okay, there it is, guys. That's how I sealed it off. So we are done. It's completely built now. So from here on out, it's just decorations. I'm going to take a brief break here, and we'll come back and I'll just throw some things up there for aesthetics. And actually, I'm going to back out of the tower again and just kind of do a once-over, make sure I didn't miss anything obvious. Alright guys, thanks for your patience. Let's get back into this, shall we? I'll go ahead and show you some of the decorations I've put down. Just because they're fun, and honestly they look pretty freaking cool. So why not? I mean, look at that. From a distance, you see that light beam shooting up. It actually looks like a robotic controlled, or an automated controlled control tower. Like, I don't know, I just love the different things in this game, and that thing that's shooting that light beam up, it's not supposed to be there for decoration. I just kind of use, I don't know what this thing is called, the signal booster actually, and that's what shoots that light beam up. So it's real easy to find center point here, where all the little stars come to a T. And for me, I went with the server blocks. I love the blue glowing server blocks. I actually love blue anyway. I love glowing stuff, as you guys know from the Zelda games that I play. And this is just a lot of fun. So yeah, right in the middle there. I'm going to try to do the exact same thing with this one. Get it right next to that without overlap. Bam. Got those lined up nice and neat. And it's off just slightly, but I can live with it. Alright, that's another thing, No Man's Sky, if you're watching, I'd love a nudge feature. So when you know, if you can force it to snap next to the piece next to it, let me slide it left or right, or, you know, up or down, so I can, like, really zero it in and get it exactly where I want. That would be freaking cool. Alright, but enough drooling. So I'm actually going to use God mode here again, guys, and I probably need to delete some roof here so I can work freely. But I've already showed you how to build those, so... Okay, what I'm going to do now is put down that light beam, and that really needs to be centered in here. And it's going to be very hard to do that, which is why I said I'd probably be going into God mode. And the problem is you can't exactly center it anyway, because in between the two structures it like hiccups there. It acts like there's nowhere to put it. So you kind of have to pick a side. So if you're left Twix, go left. If you're right Twix, go right. I'm a right Twix kind of guy. Only because I'm right-handed. And it tastes better. Okay, so try to center it from there. That ought to do it. And that should be close enough. And there's my yellow beam of light. Beautiful. Okay, from here there's another aesthetic I like to put down, but not down there. It goes up higher on the roof. Oh, there's another fun thing you can do. If you guys did the Expedition, I don't know if anybody out there played the Expedition, but I had an absolute blast doing that. The only thing I didn't like was it made me do the fishing and there was no instructions. I was on Google pulling my freaking hair out. You know, come to think of it, I should probably do like a fishing video. This is how you actually do the doggone thing. Anyway. So yeah, there was a prize or a reward from that. Super cool. This Wayward Cube. And I'm going to place this in God mode again because I know I can look straight down doing this. The problem is I can't go forward, back, left, and right as I need to, so I'm really gonna have to find a good starting point before looking straight down, and that was not it. You know what? Close enough to straight down. So the reason I say you need that is because if you want to stack these, you can, but it doesn't look right unless they're stacked, you know, up and down. When you're standing on the side looking at it, you can see they're not straight up and down. So I don't think this is going to do it, but... So yeah, just center that the best you can, and again, if you want to stack them, you know, just don't move. Hit that 2 or 3 times. Now, sometimes those will offset like that, and sometimes all 3 kind of be lined up together. Again, it's just another visual in there to kind of make you think it's automatic or robotic somehow. Not super strongly visible from the outside unless you get kind of close to the tower. Okay, so from there, another thing you can do, if you don't like the wayward cube idea, I will put down my roof builds again. Oops. If it'll let me do it from out here, I hope it will. Come on, baby. I know you want to. Your home is in this spot. I'm gonna fall off the building again. As I was starting to say that, it happened. At least we have something cool to look at while I'm getting back up topside. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna fix that from inside. So for right now, I'm just gonna place this outside the best I can. And I can tell that light beam isn't perfectly centered because it should line up with the center point of this, so it's slightly too much left. And again, that gets back to, you know, you kind of have to pick a side, left Twix, right Twix. So just be aware it's not going to be perfect. Okay, it really doesn't want to let me put the... there it is. That did not go in right. Bro. Hey, wait a minute. Why is that one... Maybe flipping the pieces matters. I did not notice that before. Yeah, flipping the pieces matters. Huh, yeah, look at that. I'll be... I kind of like that. It gives an opening there. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Okay, noted. Flipping the pieces matters. Alright, moving on. So projectors, guys. Now you can actually increase and decrease size, and this is where the Wonder Projector really does it for me in this game. So notice your button prompts up there. Left and right, it's scale. So I'm going to go left, it'll go smaller. If I go right, it gets bigger. And it's made to be viewed from the other side. So in other words... if you want to see the front of whatever you want to see, it's on the other side. So in other words, we're going to be on the butt end of this thing. So if you want the butt to be facing your build, which is that way for me, then you place this way. If you want the butt to be facing the other way and the head of whatever you're going to put up facing your build, then you put it this way. So in other words, we're on the back end. We're on the receiving end of the dirty end. Okay, let's go ahead and try to center this as best as I can here. Just like so. And now, of course, you can select your wonder, and I love the starfly. I found this on an irradiated world, and it's my favorite animal, and it's my favorite aesthetic. So yeah, it just really finishes off the tower real nicely to have something up there. And let's see, the computer screens, those are pretty self-explanatory, but I will show you how I placed those. And, of course, you know, the lootable stuff, the fabricators, you have to unlock those. Pretty self-explanatory, just place them wherever you want. I think that's pretty much it for decor. Let me take a quick look at the structure, make sure I'm not missing anything. It's all nice and buttoned up, and honestly, I'm happy with the way it looks. Like, I think it looks better over here. Than it does over there. Like, it's just too, excuse me. It's just too close to the building over here. It almost looks like it's attached to the building, like wowzers. So yeah, this gives it a little bit of breathing room. I like the height. It looks official. It looks legit. Looks like it belongs there. It's nice. Ouch. I don't think I'm missing anything here. We are done. Maybe a little bit of railing. Knew this was going to be a problem. Ask me how I know. There we go. Now it's all buttoned up nice and neat. And these can stay now. Woo woo! Actually, kind of looks like they belong there, if I'm being honest. Yeah, see, another thing I like about the tower being a little bit of a ways away, it doesn't look like it's a wall inside the building. Like this other one, it's so close. It kind of looks like it's just part of this build, and it's a giant wall. Completely blocks the lake. I was not happy with that. In such a beautiful planet, yeah, that needed to go anyway. I actually originally built this with a super skinny column, and it did not look good at all. So yeah, guys, I will be demoing that complete tower. This will become my new tower. And with that, I think... Oh yeah, interior design. Stand by. Let me finish that for y'all real quick. I mean, we've come this far, we might as well just go ahead and finish it, right? Oh yeah, this is what it looks like from the inside now with that window. Very freaking cool. Perfect. Okay, so yes, the screens I think is what I was talking about. But guys, you can go nuts up here. I mean, you can... I had wall screens like literally all the way around this railing and it looked crazy. So I'll show you how I did that real quick. So I just kind of centered one, you know, to that tip of that triangle there. And I put them up originally like here. Because I didn't like how they were blocking the character's movement sticking out too far. The problem was I had trouble, you know, really getting this thing centered nicely. So they all looked kind of wonky. But I'll show you what I did nonetheless, you know. So that you guys can kind of have power of choice here on how you want yours to look. But yeah, I mean, it looked more official this way. Like, I really liked the tapered appearance. It really looked, no kidding, you know, proper control tower. It looked like, you know, you had operators here you could see. And you had your equipment. Bam, bam, bam. So yeah, again, I did that all the way around, so you can imagine... like walking up into this space and being like, okay, this is awesome. Alright guys, with that, I will go ahead and get back on here and do my outro. First I gotta get out of this building. So folks, I definitely hope that helped you all out. If you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the build, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That is always appreciated. And until the next time, best of luck and happy building! Alright guys, that's it. Tower's complete. We actually built it in right about 2-hour mark. And I was taking my time there. I got stuck a few times, so... That's probably about what you're looking at, you know, to put the build down for yourself. It's probably going to feel a little bit clumsy at first. You know, you might have to go farm the buried technology so you can unlock the specs. But once you've got everything ready to rock and roll, and you've got your carbon and your, you know, your silica powder, everything you need, the glass, you might as well plan on a good couple of hours for the build here. So anyway, if there's any questions out there, I'm all ears before I cut stream. If not, I guess this is Toodles. Oh, and when I mentioned, like, tutorials, guys, for builds, I'm going to give you a little preview here while you're chewing on that question. Just a real quick preview on one of my money farms. I have got some money farms built. Yeah, 2S ought to do it. So I'm not going to spill secrets yet. I have not uploaded. I've not uploaded this base yet because honestly, I don't think anyone else has discovered this yet. Some people have discovered you can separate systems, but they did it by floor. But yeah, I was just playing around one night, and something just clicked, and I tried it, and I could not believe it freaking worked. I'm making about 36,000 gold an hour with this system in one site. Like, it's absolutely insane. The money just keeps flowing. Alright, I'm sorry about that sound effect, and if it's overpowering my voice, I apologize. I have not found a way to turn that off yet in No Man's Sky. Again, if you're watching, please give me in the options button there to shut off the sound effect, because it absolutely gives me a headache. And the more diggers you build, it gets just louder and louder. It's a nightmare. Anyway, enough complaining about diggers. I'm going to get in there now. It's real loud. I'm going to show you guys what I have built here. Individual systems, guys. Every 12 hours I can come back here and I can go through here and I can just completely load up on gold. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. The old way I was building, it worked, it was fine, but they did something in the settings here where, you know, putting 1,000,000 diggers down does not get you any more ahead. It's like they really dumbed that number down. It's like once you got 5 or 6 diggers down, maybe 9 at most, it's really kind of pointless to keep building them. So long story short, the old farms I used to build aren't really producing anymore. But this new system I've come up with, your units are not going to be a problem for you anymore in your game. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, you know, the thing that I'm using the money for, you might be wondering, what do you need all those units for? You know, you got your freighter, you got your frigates. Honestly, it's the freaking starship storage. That stuff gets expensive. It doesn't start out bad. You know, if you've only got 22 in your starship and you buy a slot, it's not bad. It's like 10 million or something. But wow, once you get up to like 38, 40 neighborhood, 75 million units for one storage slot. Ouch! So, you know, you might be watching me pick up all this gold, guys. It goes fast. You know, you might sell, you know, 300-something million worth of gold, but you're going to go spend that very quick at the station, and you're only going to get like 4 starship slots for that. So every 12 hours, you know, I'm able to do this again. So again, just all separate systems. They're all spaced perfectly, so, you know, I can just do this all day long. So I'm going to give you guys like a bird's eye view of what I'm doing here. Actually, I'm going to use a different starship. I'm going to use one that can hover, so you can really get a good picture of what I got cooking. In case you're wondering how to get these Sentinel ships, I've got it, guys. I got it figured out. I spent like 3 straight days doing nothing but grinding these out. And they are awesome. This is probably the best starship I've ever found in the game. Like, hands down. I'm not even exaggerating. This thing was a B class. I think I upgraded it, so it's an A class now. But look at the stats on the left there as I scan it. A 65 plus 30. Guys, this was a B and it came stock with 40 inventory. I am not even kidding. I mean, haulers don't even come with 40 half the time. This is a fighter class aircraft. So I absolutely love the Sentinels. They're the best aircraft I've found yet. And if that wasn't already enough, you know, getting the crazy cargo out of the deal, the next best thing, or maybe the best thing, it hovers. You can sit here all day, and I love it. I blast drones with this thing. I do a lot of the combat on the ground with this thing. You know, the other stuff that spawns in, those stupid dogs that I hate. Those brute-looking monster things. I don't know what else to call them. But yeah, anyway, if you guys are interested, I'll make a video for that, because that's a lot of fun. It's its whole separate quest thing. There's a way to initiate that. And I'll show you how to get through it, you know, get the combat done. It's just a lot of fun. So anyway, getting back to the farm here, I just really wanted to show you, you know, a good bird's eye view of what's cooking. Just, you know, a bunch of diggers, a bunch of storage. You're going to need, guys, you're going to be having nightmares about metal plating. Metal plating is an absolute nightmare. So earlier on in the video, you probably heard me talk about, you know, I actually built a farming facility for rusted metal. You know, why would you build a farming facility for rusted metal? Because you're going to be going through so much metal plating, guys, the ferrite. Now, another workaround is you can go out and buy it, but you're going to find that's tedious too. You're going to be warping around, buying metal plating until you're blue in the face. Nightmares. So yeah, I much prefer, you know, just putting down a rusted metal farm and then sticking that rusted metal in some grinders, grinding out the ferrite dust. Because what I was doing there is I put down 2 large refiners and 3 medium refiners as shown on my screen there. And so basically what I did is I put a whole stack of rusted metal in each one, so I had 5 stacks cooking at the same time. It took a minute to build those, but it was worth it. So then from there, you know, I'd go out and do my building. By the time I needed more, I'd come back here, whatever was cooked, I'd put it in my inventory, and I'd keep cooking. And then, you know, I'd just go in my inventory, I'd build the metal plating as much as I could with however much, you know, ferrite dust I had. And I was kind of doing the button spamming there. I don't know if that's coming through on the video there, but anyway, that's kind of how I got those up quick. And yeah, again, I just start building, and I always had the metal plating I needed off this system. So again, it all started with a rusted metal farm. All right, guys, that's just a quick little taste of things to come. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and sign off since nobody seems to have any questions out there, and say thank you so much for watching, sticking with. Guys, lots and lots of fun to be had in the game here. I absolutely love playing this game. Again, it can just be super, super relaxing, and you can really kind of pick and choose the kind of gaming experience you want to have day to day. Alright guys, thanks again, love y'all, peace!